You can start it live.
So it is the PPT is just moving. I think there is no issue
Yes,
at all.
yes, it's
Okay,
moving. No issue.
okay, okay. Good afternoon to everybody. Today we are going to discuss one important point and which can be your also maybe a favorite if you want to do the practice as a GST practitioner and who can also after passing the examination can also do its own practice. Friends, since you are students and as I understand you are continuing intermediate, you may be graduate. And under the provisions of GST law, there is one provision is there where one can practice as a GST practitioner. So if you have a qualification in the last part of this PPT, the PPT very short PPTs are there. Only I will take maximum 20 minutes to give an overview on the return filing. Then we will go to the practical field in the portal. Maximum whatever available I can show you, and I can also use some video clips which you can try to understand. Today I am keeping the to cover how to file the return, the GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, GSTR 9 and 9C. So this is even if we sometime it can be extended after 6, but we can continue. I think today you will enjoy definitely. Last class, last video, one video clip as I find this very technical, technicality is there, but I wanted to put you and you can go through once again also to have some understanding regarding invoicing. But today what we are going to discuss is these are very easy matters which you can do yourself also. Friends, before going for the discussion how to file the GST returns offline and online. And first you understand about the requirement of filing. As you know that the levy has been, the supply has been defined in section 7 and these are the supplies on which the tax will be levied under section 9. There is also forward payment of tax that means will be collected from the supply of service and goods and certain cases also inward services and inward goods. So the recipient has to pay the tax. I was explaining you last class regarding the issue of the invoices. So both the cases, forward charge cases, the supplier will issue the invoice and inward cases, the recipient will issue the invoices. The reason is the invoice are very much requirement to get the input tax credit. So these invoices last time we discussed that e-invoicing system is there or the manual invoicing is there. Now a lot of softwares are available where you can also generate the invoice and many of the cases also SAP ERP, Tally where you can also generate. But the issue is any supply made during a particular month or quarter in case of a certain assessee, the liability is to deposit the tax. So already I told the GST is a transaction based tax. On the transaction, the tax has to be calculated and imposed, calculated and paid. So return is the GST. What different types of return has been filed. The intent of return is to provide the details of a transaction to the GST portal so that the GST portal will understand in respect of which you have collected or received the tax and which are liable to be attracting the tax. That means GST. And at the same time, the other return which you are going to file, that is the mechanism by which one will pay the tax. So GST 1 is the outward supply and a new form also, new return has been introduced. I will explain to you that is GST 1A and GST 3B is the mechanism by which one will pay the tax. And in addition to other assessee, there are different forms has been provided and that also they are required to file the return. And lastly, one has to file the annual return and annual reconciliation statement. And for our discussion, annual return in the form of 9 will be discussed and a reconciliation statement 9C will be discussed. Friends, as I explained to you, these are the return forms has to be devised. One is GSTR 1. GSTR 1 will be required to file giving the details of a transaction related to the outward supply. Means the seller has to, the supplier or the seller has to file this return, and there are the return has been different, the have a specific form, and which is required to incorporate the taxable supply, newly rated supply, non-GST supply, exempted supply, inward supply. Sorry, inward supply will be reflected in the GST 3B, and HSN wise details has to be given, invoice wise details has to be given, and that will be filed by 10th of the next month. And previously the GST 1A was not there. The difficulty is this GST 1 cannot be revised. One point just I wanted to tell you, suppose you are generating or e-invoicing you are making, and one invoice you made it wrong. So wrongly you have incorporated value or GST number. Actually, there is a provision within 24 hours you can cancel it. But if you within 24 hours you will not cancel, it cannot be cancelled. And similarly, while you are filing your return, let you take 2 points you keep in mind. While you are filing a return, there may be, you find some mistakes may be there. So that means the return which, sorry, the invoices which you have issued, and that invoices while you are incorporating, in case of manual I am talking offline, incorporating the GST 1, or in case of certain invoices you have issued and that has been auto-populated in the GST 1, but you found that there is a mistake, then what will happen? The GST 1A will rescue you. So GST 1A was introduced after filing of GST 1. If any mistakes has been occurred related to the invoices, etc., that can be made through GST 1A. And that means after filing of the GST 1 10th, within 20th, means 20th is the 3B, within that you have to do that, and thereby it will be corrected. So any amendment made in GST 1A, any things is auto-populated or you manually put in the GST 1, both will be incorporated as the supply, and that will be shown in the GST 3B. So thereby the correction can be made. Friends, another thing you just keep in mind, sometimes we issue the debit notes, credit notes. Already we discussed last class. There is a increase in volume, so maybe there is a mistake, or the value has increased, or the quantity has been wrongly incorporated. So instead of revising the invoice, you can also issue the debit note. So that means additional amount you can collect, you can show by way of issue of the debit note along with the tax. In an excess made, then you can also issue the credit note. I have shown the contents of the credit note, contents of the debit note. Very briefly, I have told you can go through it also. And what will happen? That will also incorporated in the GST 1. And that means the GST 1 will take into account forward invoices, outward invoices we can say, and outward invoices B2B. And B2B, suppose you are maintaining the invoicing system, so it is auto-populated. But sometimes the B2C invoice you are doing, business to consumer, or in other cases, in composition dealer cases, it cannot be, invoicing system cannot be in the operation. So that's why you have to put it manually in the GST 1, and that we will discuss in detail. And even if invoicing system is there, but these B2C cannot be incorporated online, but it will be offline. And just the 2A and 2B, these are the ITC. Actually, this is ITC table. So it is not actually a return. And just 3B is the monthly return. And actually, it was initially devised 3, but 3 could not be come out. That's why 3B is treated as a return. It is a summary return where all the details of transaction has been given, and what is the taxable turnover, what is the exempted turnover, what is the nil related turnover, what is the your non-GST turnover, what is the inward services or goods on which you are going to pay the tax, and all has been calculated. And what is the ITC you availed, what is the ITC you utilized, input tax credit, everything will be incorporated in the GST 3B. and it will show how much tax you have to pay. Then you have to make the payment by filing return. So while you are making the payment, so from there itself in the return online, you can move to the payment of the taxes, and these taxes you can pay out of a cash ledger. Already I told you what is cash ledger, what is credit ledger, and or out of the credit ledger, out of the both. So that's why GST 3B is very important. 4, 5, 6 is just for your knowledge purpose, because it is not practicable to show you all the returns. So only will it take one A. But for your kind information, you see a composition dealer is required to file GST 4, and a return of a non-resident has to be filed. The GST 5 return by input service distributor they will file ITR 6, and TDS, TCS, those who are making collecting, they will also file GST 7, 8. TDS, TCS, there is some PPT, sorry, some video clip are there. If you all will stay, then that also I will try to display you. I will see if time will permit that I will display. Then annual return is very important when you are filing GST 1 and GST 3B. So for 12 months, actually the transaction has been auto-populated in the GST 9. But GST 9 is very important that you are at the end of the year, you are preparing a financial statement or a profit and loss account, profit and loss statement of profit and loss, balance sheet, and the figures, that means the incomes or the transactions on which GST is payable. All the transaction on which GST is payable does not appear in the income side. It also appear in the expense side. Inward services, inward goods, so these are expenses on which you are paying the reverse mechanism tax. In addition to some capital expenditure that to take on which you are making the tax payments, so that is also appeared in the that has also been shown in the expenditure side. So that in very detail will not go, but that cases it is auto populated. So now what will happen? You have to make a comparison that whatever transaction has been put up in the actually that is also possible. A system generated a consolidated 3 GSTR 3B, and a system generated a consolidated GSTR 1 also you can generate in the end of the year, and which will show the entire 12 months figures related to the B2B supply, B2C supply, and other supplies with the taxable value, tax payable, tax paid, whatever is there, that will be reflected. And now you have to compare with the 9. Any difference is there, you have to incorporate, you have to give the region, as well as just I'm telling differential tax also you can pay at the time of filing the GST 9. That will be filed by 31st December of the next year. Means if I am talking about 2024-25, then GST 9 will be filed by 31st December. By December, you can file earlier also. And again, I am telling, if anything you have left, debit note, credit note related to the previous year, credit note particularly I am talking, debit note anytime you can issue, even after December also you can issue, but credit note particularly I am talking, you have to issue by the September. Actually, it is November, but October return you have to provide so that November it will be reflected, and accordingly you can file the annual return. Thereby the credit note has been incorporated. So if the credit note is incorporated, the why it is very important, because your tax liability will be reduced. If you paid any excess tax, then it will be reflected, it will be reduced in the annual return. By mistake you have paid in monthly return, but where you have to adjust, now you can adjust in the annual return. So that is there. And 9C is a reconciliation statement between the financial statement and the GST 9, and after filing the GST 9, then you have to make the 9C. 9C is now any taxable person having 5 crores and above, they are required to file the 9C, and it is a self attested or signed statement to be uploaded, and actually it is to be filed offline or online. You can utility you can download, keep in the desktop both 9 and 9C, fill up it, then you validate it, then you convert to the JSON file, then you upload it. Or online also you can file it, there is no issue at all, and it is also possible. and all other returns you can see. And again, I'm telling very shortly we will go because we will not time consume this more time here. And GST portal you can go directly when you are filing the return online. So gst.gov.in, or if you are doing offline, so what will happen? You can GST portal provides offline utility tools. You can download it, keep in your table or sorry desktop or laptop, fill up it. As I told, you can validate it. Every sheet you validate, then you can convert to JSON file, then you upload it. Or you can do it through the GST Subidha providers. It has been listed. A list is available. A third-party agency through which you can also go for filing the return. And these returns has to be filed by all the registered person, including casual person, ISD distributor, those who have registered, non-resident persons, non-resident taxable person, composition taxpayer, TDS, TCS, those who are deductor or collector, and OIDR services, those are providing, they are required to file. This is a GST 1, already I told you, and this is the date already I told you. And again, one point just I'm telling, while you are filing GST 1, the normal period I told monthly, but there is one option is there. If you can also go for filing monthly payment, quarterly filing of the return. That is known as invoice furnishing facility, which is available to the QRMP. QRMP is quarterly payment of the tax or monthly monthly payment of the tax, quarterly filing of the return. QR is the quarterly return and monthly filing is the MP. So monthly payment is the MP. So every month you have to determine your tax liability, make the tax liability payment, but don't file the G-star 1 or 3B, but you can file it quarterly. That is also possible on the case. So in that case, the due date is instead of 11th, it has been 13th. And GST 1, 1B that already I told you will not go for, and it will be reflect the 2B, B2B supplier. B2 means the recipient is a registered person, the supplier is a registered person, that is known as B2B. There is a separate table is there. B2C also separately there, where the consumer is there. They do not have the registration. The difference is if I am issuing a B2B invoice, the recipient will get a ITC if they are eligible, if that supply is on which GST paid is eligible, it is not blocked by section 17 subsection 5 having lot of subsections, and then they can avail. But in case of B2C, the registration number is not available, so the person, the recipient, will not get the ITC. And these are the point already we discussed. GST 1 already I discussed, has given some brief. This is 2-3 PPT are there. I will hand over to the institute. I request them, if they possible, they can put it also. And the return filing already I told you, any rectification of error. Sometimes even if we have not amended the invoice, but there is some errors are there, you can do it up to 30th November of the financial year. And at the end of the financial year, means 2024-25, I have to make a correction up to November and before the filing of the annual return, due date of filing the annual return. So nil register is required to be filed, because how the department will come to know that whether you are going to comply in filing of the return or not. So whether it is nil or tax payable, but mandatorily all the return has to be filed. Auto-generated, already I told you, the return, when the invoice, e-invoice system is in the portal you are doing, then automatically the auto-generated details will come out and appear in the ITR 1, sorry, GSTR 1. That is also possible. 2A will not discuss. These you will not discuss. And the 3, 4, 5, 7 already I told you what are the returns are there. Then your GST 3B will be filed by 20th, tax has to be paid by 21st, and then your already discussed, then you will come to the annual return 99C, and all are required to file, excluding all the registered person required to file, but there is no requirement of filing annual return in case of casual taxpayer, ISD, input service distributor, non-resident taxpayers, TDS and TCS, they are providing, there is no requirement. And 9A is to be filed by the composition dealer, but we will discuss. And e-commerce operators, it is not notified, but they are also required to file 9B. But 9 will be concentrated for our discussion. The 9C is reconciliation, same provision, all the registered person, but here 9 will be filed by everybody, but 9C will be filed. It is a reconciliation statement. Previously, it was audited by chartered accountant, cost accountant, but now this is not there. The section 35 has been omitted, so there is no such audit at present. But a certification is required to be filed. So with this background, I will just tell you, because all you are maybe the graduate, just to see, you can also whether you just see whether you are qualified as a GST practitioner or not. If that, what to do to become a GST practitioner. These are persons, they have been treated as GST practitioners. The retired officer of the Commercial Tax Department of the state government, CBIC, who during the service under the government had worked in a post not lower than the rank of Group B, gazetted officer for the period of 2 years, they can do it also. And enroll as a sales tax practitioner or a tax return preparator under the earlier indirect taxation law. They can also not less than 5 years, they are also qualified. And in addition to that, that is very important for you, graduate or postgraduate degree or its equivalent examination having degree in the commerce, law, banking, including higher auditing or business administration, business management from any Indian university established by law, they are also eligible. So I think if you are qualifying that, you are also eligible. In addition to final pass out ICI, ICSI, and Institute of Cost and Accountancy India, they are also eligible. And these are work they can do. So you just see, you have the scope to enter here also. Furnish details of outer supplies, monthly, annual, or final return, make deposit of a credit in electronic credit ledger, furnish information, generation of e-way you can also generate for the as a third party agency, you can do for your clients also. Furnish details of challenge, the prescribed form, all the details are there, you can go through. So that means you have a scope to do, provided you have, that is a you become a GST practitioner. So to that, there is one provision is there. One is application, the prescribed form may be made to made electronically through the common portal for enrollment as GSTP. The application shall be scrutinized. GST practitioner certificate shall be granted in the form prescribed form. In the case of application is rejected, proper reason to be given. Any person who has been enrolled GSTP by virtue of him become enrolled as a sales tax practitioner, tax return preparator, or earlier indirect tax law shall remain enrolled only for a period of 30 days, but subsequently they have to go for. No person enrolled as a GSTP is eligible to remain enrolled unless he passed the examination conducted by NASIN. So these are the qualifications are required. So with this background, we can go for now to discuss how we are going to go to the portal and file the return. Just I am opening one of the page of the GST portal and attaching to all of you. Just wait 1 minute. And madam, I think it is visible also. The portal is visible.
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Okay. Friends, just one point I wanted to tell you. Actually, while I am going for filing the return, unless I log in, I cannot go for filing the return. Okay, I cannot do it. So that's why I will use some of the video clips to show you, and subsequently in the user manual, I will repeat some of the points so that it will be easy for you to understand. Video clip first I will show, then I will show it. But prior to that, just I am telling, as already explained to you, register 1 or 3B or register 9 or 9C, these 4 we are discussing, it is required to be filed online or offline. And when you are online, there is no issue at all. In the portal, you will go and log on and go there and do it. But if you are doing offline, how to do it? You see, since already I told I cannot use anybody's login to enter and do it. So I am just going to see it is a home page where home page that is a offline and online. If you go to the download, you will find a lot of offline tools are available. You see how many offline tools are available. Return offline tools. Okay, GSTR 3B offline tools. Particularly I am talking GSTR 9 offline tools, 9C offline tools. So how to download the offline tools? Just I am downloading GSTR offline tools. So this is the GSTR 1 and 2. Just I am downloading. Just you see, I am proceeding to download, and I have a GSTR offline tool here. You see, I think it is visible. This offline tool. Hello,
Yes, sir.
madam. This
Yes,
offline
sir.
tool is just I open directly, so it is in the my Excel form. Just I'm telling, I'm exploring it. So it is just you see, it is one file is coming. This is offline. So this I will download. It is opening actually. The Excel file is opening.
Okay.
I have download,
Okay.
and you see here that the forms has been devised. So actually, already I told you I have a very high security in my laptop because we are using internet, so it is not allowing. Anyhow, it is allowed now, but usually it is not allowing to unless you lower the security level. So you see in this form there is the instruction is there. I am talking about this offline. Online there is no requirement. So you go to here, you can fill up the form is not looks like. Actually, you have to give you all the data here. The moment you will give the data, so when you will validate it, then it will be showing you, it will be converted to the JSON file and it will come in the format form. So that's why B2B, B2C, B2C already I told B2C, these are tables are there, different tables are there. These are credit notes details. These are the credit note uh, uh, number of recipient, all the details has been given. In the video clip, it will be there, and manual it will be more clear. For just I'm showing you how to download. These are the points. These are things you have to fill up it, and this is the offline tool is available. But question here is, we are going for the online tool. Similarly, if you want, you can also download. Just you can also download here GSTR 3B also you can download. Here also GSTR 3B, and you can also download. But 3B is online filing is much easy and better than going to the offline. Just a file has come out. I extracted the file. Actually, extraction perhaps not required. And then you will find it's opening. This 3B has come. You just see validation, generate file, clear all. Clear all is not used, but these are the form, the details we have to give it. These are table form we will give it, and this we have to fill up. And if you have e-invoicing system do it online, automatically to fill up. So validation has to be done. Here you see it will not allow validation because I have not enabled it. But since it is enabled, let us see. Yes, it is security level is high. So that means my point here is similarly, you can go for also downloading your GSTR 9 also. 9 you can go, and here you see offline tool you can go. And 9 actually, since the reconciliation is there, you just to go to the portal, and here GSTR 9 tools are available. And you can also exactly download the GSTR tools. Just it will open because time taking. I think it's not opening. It is open. Actually, this has given some background how what are the tables are there. These are the tables outward. These are table 4, table 5, table 6, table 7, 8, 9, 10 like this. It says an inward. It is given. Actually, that is all the details are given to you can read it. You can read it, and here you see outward table. It is actually you have to fill up. Then you validate. You see, it will not validate now because I have not filled up it. Similarly, This is outward details reconciliation. This is ITC availed. This is ITC reversal. This is other ITC. This is tax paid. This is the transaction in current financial year, differences, and demands and refunds, and then these are details to other information, whatever is there. Supply is received from composition taxpayer, deemed supply, all the details has to be given, and you have to fill up it manually. Actually, HSN wise details, it's very difficult to fill up it actually. HSN wise details, practically, unless you have the small transaction. If you have large transaction, that's why people are using the softwares, so that data is exported and they link to the different ERP. So automatically it is filled up. Only you have to validate and make uploading. It is very easy. And as a small, let tomorrow you are going to a GST practitioner doing it. I have 500 invoices manually. You can put it. There's no difficulty at all. That also possible. And nowadays also people are using a third-party software, and first you convert the data and to bring here. That is also possible. These are offline tools are available. Similarly, you can also have the offline tool of 9C. There is also 9C. Already I told you. Offline tool. Sorry. 9C is a reconciliation statement. Here you see, but the one issue is there in the 9C that it will not allow you to proceed further. Just this is a full details are there. This is the offline utility of 9C. Many people, once you keep it, you can use it also. This is 9C, but one problem is this 9C you cannot proceed. You see, these are parts are there. These are different types of, the different parts are there. You see, it will be given. This is the home page where the data has been given about yourself. These are JSON files are there. Automatically will convert to the JSON file. JSON file, unless you convert, you cannot go forward. So first we have to go for filing individual page. This is the page are there, and which are marked as gray, you cannot go for filing. These are auto populated figures. These are automatically populated figures. And again, when you are going for validation, any error will be there, it will pointed out here. So first you make the correction of the error, then you proceed it. So these tables are available, and this is the difference region you have to give. Similarly, this is also you have to give. This is related to turnover declared in annual return, just a 9. Then any difference showing. So you declare turnover in a GST 9, but as per financial statement, your turnover is there. Any difference, the region you have to give. The difference may arise because they to take in the income side in lot of incomes we have taken which are not taxable, interest income, rent received. They to take a non-taxable supply, non-GST supply. So these are the turnover which tax is not paid. That also you can show it. Bad debt written up. It is not at all a transaction based on which tax is payable or not payable. It is only a correction of mistake, written back of bad debts. Bad debt written back. I'm talking written back. So provision written back. So this has been shown in the income side. Similarly, these are the reconciliation of liability. Whatever tax appeared in the GST 9 and what you paid, any difference, it will be shown here. So this is nothing. It is one of the reconciliation statement actually, and you can also download yourself, study it also in detail. So there are different tables are there. ITC reconciliation table, and ITC you have to give item wise, broad head wise. It is very difficult as I am talking. The reason is whatever ITC you availed, we are having a ledger, general ledger, but the issue is that purchase, what purchase? Are you maintaining books of accounts on that accordingly? Very difficult. That's why people can also in the ERP package, they mapped it. So automatically it can come out, but in manually it's very difficult sometimes. But approximate figures you can give here, and these are the difference. What ITs appeared and how what taken, what is the difference is there. So like this, you have to go forward, and lastly you have to go for the reconciliation. And again, details of tax will give 5%, 6%, 12%, 18%, 28%, 3%, 0.25%, 0.10%, others. So what is the input tax credit like this? So you have to give additional liability. That means because of the 9 you are filing, you less tax paid, that is a mismatch of ITC for which you are now paying this additional liability you are showing, and once the additional liability you pay, then you can go for filing the GST C 9C. So these are the actually quickly I have gone for the background, but again we will come back to our home page where lot of informations are available. Okay, so what are the information? Just to see popular health topics. As a layman, you can also open, you can read it also. How do I register? If you go, you will find a lot of things. Some of things already we discussed, and one by one you can go for see the manual and open it, read it. You have to spend some time for that. But I am not going to that. I am going only to the portal where I will go for the related to the return. How do I file the return? And in these cases, since I have given some background, and just we can also go for the, you see, if I going for monthly return, there are a lot of manuals are available, and each manual having all the details. And I am going here. Let us also go to the GST home, preparing and filing of GST 1 and e-invoicing and QR code verification. How to do it. So I'm going forward. Just you just confirm me that whether you are in a position to see it or not. Madam, is it
For
shown to
filing,
it is shown to you? Is it showing to you? Hello? 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 You please confirm so that I'll just in the chat somebody can just intimate. Have you provided any assignment? Please respond. Okay, we will see that. And just confirm me regarding that whether the video is shown to you or not. Please confirm. Before starting, please confirm so that I will go forward. Hello? I think just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. I am just getting a confirmation, then we are proceeding. Madam, just help me whether it is showing or not. That video clip is just I wanted to play, whether it is showing or not.
Yes, sir.
It's showing, yeah. Just if any time it will stop, kindly make a call to me. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm
filing
just
a GST return,
No,
taxpayers
sir, the
need to
video
first
clip is
prepare
not showing.
GSTR1.
that's why I'm telling.
For filing a
Yes,
GST
it's showing. It's a video clip only. Okay, fine. It's the video clip only. It's showing.
return, taxpayers need
it is audible also, ta?
Yes, sir, it's audible also.
Okay. Kindly help me because a lot of whatever I show in the video, because within short time it will be understandable then. Friends,
Okay, fine, sir.
just to see how to file the return, and this will give a short view. What I explained to you very shortly, quickly, but it will give some input and you can see it.
to first prepare GSTR1 by entering the details of outward supplies made by them during a given tax period. In the previous video, you learnt about navigating to the returns dashboard. This video will introduce you to the GSTR1 dashboard and its various sections. Before we continue, please note that all exempt or non-GST supplies and exports also need to be reported in GSTR1 even if no tax is applicable on such supplies. A taxpayer needs to file GSTR1 of a tax period by the 10th of the succeeding month. For example, GSTR1 for September 2017 would become due on or before 10th of October 2017. One can prepare GSTR1 in two ways. In the first method, taxpayers can log into the GST portal and make direct entries on the portal itself. In the other method, taxpayers can prepare GSTR1 in offline mode by using the offline utility and Excel or CSV templates and upload the data to the GST portal to file the return. There are two buttons on the tile Outward Supplies Made by the Taxpayer GSTR1. These are Prepare and Prepare Offline. The Prepare button allows preparing the return online, whereas the Prepare Offline button allows uploading the GSTR1 data from the offline utility. Click the Prepare link on the highlighted tile that says Outward Supplies Made by the Taxpayer GSTR1. This will take you to the GSTR1 dashboard. Let's understand the sections and tiles that are displayed on this page. The details that need to be furnished can be broadly grouped into two categories. One group has sections in which the invoice level details have to be captured rate-wise. In the other group, the summarized information from month has to be declared. The first section, GSTR1, Outward Supplies Made by the Taxpayer, displays some basic information about your GST registration profile, the status of GSTR1 filing for the selected period, and a column to add your gross turnover for the previous financial year. Adding the gross turnover figure and saving the same is a one-time activity. In case you are a new taxpayer and this field does not apply to you, just enter 0 here. In the GSTR1 Invoice Details section, the B2B Invoices tile captures details pertaining to business supplies in the given tax period. In other words, all supplies made to registered persons must be captured here. The B2C large block captures all interstate supplies made to unregistered persons where the invoice value is more than 2,50,000 rupees. In the credit or debit note registered tile, you need to enter all credit notes and debit notes that were issued to the registered persons. Whereas in the credit or debit note unregistered tile, all credit notes and debit notes issued to unregistered persons are entered. Under export invoices, enter details of all your exports, including deemed exports as well as supplies made to a registered entity in a special economic zone or SEZ. In all the invoice level and credit or debit note sections, the declaration has to be done rate-wise for each invoice and debit or credit note. Scrolling down to the GSTR1 Other Details section, B2C Others is where you enter the state-wise or place of supply-wise and tax rate-wise summary of all intra-state supplies made to unregistered persons irrespective of their value. This section also captures interstate supplies of invoice value that are less than or equal to 2,50,000 rupees each. The need-rated supplies tile captures information regarding all supplies of items that are exempt from GST. In the tax liability advances received tile, details of any advances received against supplies to be made in the future are captured. Advance payments are subject to tax under the GST regime. Under the Adjustment of Advances category, details of supplies made against advances received in the previous tax period are entered. Both the advance received and adjusted have to be reported with place of supply, that is, state code and rate-wise. Next, the HSN-wise summary of outward supplies will capture the HSN classification code-wise supply details. This tile captures the total taxable value of each item supplied and each service provided in the given tax period. Finally, the Documents Issued tile captures the details of documents that might be issued by you in the given tax period. Examples of such documents are the invoice range, specifying the starting and ending serial numbers of invoices issued, total count of invoices issued, number of invoices that were cancelled, and the number of net invoices that were issued after cancellation. After filling up all details, you need to submit the form on the GST portal by clicking the Submit button. The GST portal then makes a quick validation check and highlights any errors that need to be fixed. Next, you need to accept the declaration that the information furnished is true and correct by checking this box here and file the return either by using DSC, EVC or eSign options. You can find detailed information about the steps of filing GSTR 1, 2 and generating GSTR 3 in other videos available under the help section of the GST portal.
Then so we'll go to see some of the, actually this is the online, but offline also, as already I explained to you, you can go for the offline also. That is also helpful to you. Just wait, we'll go one by one. Some cases we have to add the invoice, how to do it. Very small video, but that is very important point.
This video familiarizes you with the different sections of GSTR1 in which data has to be furnished. As stated in GSTR1 Return Overview video, the sections can be broadly grouped into two categories. In one category, invoice level details have to be furnished, whereas in the other category, summary level information has to be furnished. The first group has 5 tiles. The first tile summarizes the invoice details furnished in respect of B2B supplies to registered persons. B2B or business-to-business invoices are issued against supplies made from one registered person to another registered person. The invoice level data of all B2B supplies made in the given tax period needs to be uploaded in GSTR1 for successful filing of tax return. As explained in the GSTR1 overview video, log into the GST portal and navigate to the GSTR1 dashboard by selecting the current tax period. Click the B2B invoices block. If you have already uploaded invoice details, you will see a screen displaying the receiver-wise summary as shown. Clicking the link underlying each receiver GSTIN will take you to a screen in which already furnished invoice details are visible. If you want to add more invoices for the same receiver, you can do so by clicking the Add Invoice button here. To add invoices issued to other receivers, go back to the previous screen and click the Add Invoice button like before. On the Add Invoice page that opens, enter the GSTIN or UIN of the receiver taxpayer and move to the next field either by using Tab key on your keyboard or by clicking into the next field with your mouse. Notice that the receiver name, the default place of supply, and the default supply type fields get auto-populated. The supply type field gets populated based on your place of supply. If the place of supply is not the same as that of the receiver's place of business, you can change it from the POS drop-down list and the supply type will be displayed accordingly. In case of deemed export invoices or invoices for supplies made to SEZ, please check the relevant boxes as applicable. The invoice number should be unique for every GSTIN for each financial year of maximum length 16 characters and alphanumeric with allowable special characters of slash and dash. After that, enter the date of invoice. Please note that the invoice date cannot be a future date or a date prior to the date of registering with GST. Next, enter the total value of the invoice. Select the Supply Attract Reverse Charge checkbox if applicable. Reverse charge is applicable in case you are supplying goods or services that have been notified by the government under the reverse charge mechanism. Select the e-commerce checkbox if the supply was made through an e-commerce portal. Scroll down to enter the taxable value of invoiced items as per the applicable rate of taxes. The rate here denotes the integrated tax rate or combined tax rate of central tax plus a state or union territory tax. On entering the taxable values, system will automatically update the central tax and state or union territory tax fields calculated on the basis of rate and taxable value. Enter the cess value if applicable. If the tax amounts collected in the invoice are different from the calculated values, you should edit the calculated values then. After entering the invoice details, click Save to save the invoice data. Notice the confirmation message and your invoice details under the Uploaded by Taxpayer tab. You may keep adding more invoices by clicking the Add Invoice button in similar manner. If you want to add invoices of a particular receiver, you can use the Add Invoice button available on the receiver's screen as explained earlier. In that case, the receiver's GSTIN, name, default place of supply, and default type of supply fields would be pre-populated. The Uploaded by Taxpayer tab shows all the invoices that you have uploaded for a given tax period. Similarly, Uploaded by Receiver tab displays the invoices that you missed from your GSTR1 but were detected and uploaded by.
Friends, just I wanted to tell you, up to this we will discuss. The reason is initially when the GSTR the system was introduced, so there is a provision that the supplier will put the GSTR1 all the details of the invoice. So it has to be seen by the receiver. The receiver, if there is any omission, etc., the receiver will intimate or the receiver will reject. Then again it will be put by the supplier, but that could not be materialized. So that the GSTR2 others are there. So now it is only the as a supplier you have to go on adding the invoice. Up to that you can also keep in mind. So after making the adding the invoices, if online you are doing, if online you are doing e-invoicing auto-populated with all the invoices, this is not required at all because already you have a back file giving all the details of the invoices already you erased. Only few cases, a composition dealer and a reverse charge, etc. Sorry, composition dealer and a B2C, that only you have to incorporate in the GSTR1, but there is no requirement. So uploaded by receiver, modified by the receiver, rejected by receiver, this I am not continuing. Only addition up to I am continuing. And rest whatever was there, how to file, it has already been shown in the previous slide. You can go through, and for more knowledge you can go for the your manual also. There is manuals are available that you can also utilize. Just I will go to the third video which will show you. Just 1 minute. Filing up nearly return, that is the GSTR1 through SMS, that is also possible is there. That also you can see.
Form GSTR1 consists of details of outward supplies of goods or services or both to be furnished by taxpayers. It may be filed on monthly or quarterly basis. Nil Form GSTR1 for a tax period can be filed if there are no outward supplies during the month or quarter. No amendments are to be made to any supplies declared earlier, no credit or debit notes to be declared or amended, or no details of advances received to be declared or adjusted. Any authorized signatory can file nil Form GSTR1 through SMS on behalf of the taxpayer. In case you need any assistance to file nil form GSTR1 through SMS, you can send SMS in specified format as help space R1 to 14409. Once you send the SMS, GST portal will send back response message on the same mobile number with the SMS format. The SMS format for filing nil form GSTR1 for a GSTIN for the period is shown in the specified format. For quarterly filers, the request should be sent for the last month of the quarter for which the return is being filed. As an authorized signatory, send this SMS to 14409 from your registered mobile number. If you are eligible for nil filing, you will receive a verification code that can be used once and will expire within 30 minutes. To confirm nil filing, SMS the verification code on the number 14409. Type CNF space R1 space verification code and send the SMS. Once the code is successfully sent, you will receive an ARN on the same mobile number and registered email ID of authorized signatory intimating successful nil filing. If you are not eligible to file a nil form GSTR1, you will receive appropriate response message on the same mobile number from which SMS was sent. In case your code is incorrect or expired, then you will receive an error message. Be careful. If you end up sending invalid code more than thrice, your mobile number will be blocked from filing nil form GSTR1 for this particular GSTIN for next 24 hours. Once you have filed the return, you can also view status of the filed return after logging to the GST portal. You have seen how to file nil form GSTR1 through SMS in this video. Nil form GSTR3B can be filed in a similar way through SMS using the format as shown on screen. Send NIL space 3B space GSTIN space tax period to 14409. Once you receive the verification code, send CNF space 3B space verification code to 14409. It's that simple.
Friends, we will go for discussion regarding the GSTR 3B and how to do it. That is the. So other things I am not going to discuss. So 3B we can go for detailed discussion. So monthly, that 3B already I told you, monthly payment, quarterly filing. So that is one is there. Normal taxpayer, first I am talking normal taxpayer. Then first I am taking monthly and quarterly return, then normal taxpayer. Systematically will go. Just quickly you can see also.
Form GSTR3B is a simplified summary return to declare GST liabilities for a tax period. It can be filed using the offline utility or directly online on the GST portal. This video will guide you how to file GSTR3B online. Note that once filed, its amendment is not allowed. And this return is to be filed even if there is no business activity. We will see how to do this in a separate video. Log in to the GST portal with your credentials and from your dashboard screen, click Return Dashboard. Select the financial year and return filing period for which you want to file the return. Click Search and tiles of all the returns you need to file for this tax period get displayed. In the GSTR3B tile, click the Prepare Online button. And you'll see this message. Please read the message, and as you scroll down, you can also click this hyperlink to view a step-by-step instruction manual on how to file GSTR 3B. To proceed, click OK. This will display a questionnaire pertaining to your business activities and tax liabilities for the current tax period. Click the Yes or No radio button corresponding to the questions. If you click Yes against Do you want to file nil return, all other radio buttons will get disabled. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's not do this and answer all the questions relevant to our business and click Next. This is the GSTR 3B monthly return page. The white box here shows your return-related information and the return status. Read Help instructions and thereafter scroll down, and here are the tiles displayed based on what you selected as Yes in the previous page. Click Back to go back to the return dashboard and reinitiate filing if you want to redo your responses in the questionnaire and add or remove the displayed tiles. Click Save GSTR 3B each time you make entries in the listed tiles to save your entered details. This will enable you to leave at any stage during filing and come back to complete your saved return later. On the other hand, click Reset GSTR 3B if you would like to delete and start afresh at any time. Let's start with the filing now. Click this first tile, 3.1. Here, enter details of your various outward and other supplies. Click Confirm. You will be directed back to the return page. System will show you this message reminding you to click the Save GSTR 3B button. Once you do that, the system will show Save Request Received. Click the second tile and now enter details in the relevant sections. Make sure that the total integrated tax amount declared across all sections here does not exceed the integrated tax amount declared in the previous tile 3.1. In each section, select the place of supply and enter the taxable value and tax amount. To add more rows, click Add. To delete any row, select here and click Remove. Once done, here also click Confirm. Click the Save GSTR 3B button and similarly enter details in the other three tiles and save the changes. Each time you go to these tiles, make sure you go through the relevant messages displayed in each tile as it's shown here in tile 5.1. Now that all tiles are complete, select Preview Draft GSTR 3B button to download and view the details you have filed. In case of any discrepancy, you can go back to the applicable tile and make the required changes. Once you have completely filled all the details, click Proceed to Payment. This is the Payment of Tax page. Carefully read messages shown on this page. Scroll down. This table displays the cash and ITC available as on date in the ledgers, which include ITC claimed in current tax period. Scroll down and the next table shows your return-related liabilities for the current tax period. System will auto-populate this table with the taxes to be paid through ITC fields after the optimum utilization of the amounts based on provisions of the law. However, you may edit the ITC utilization. You will see that the amount of cash to be paid will also get changed. If the available cash balance in the electronic cash ledger is not sufficient to offset the liabilities, additional cash required for paying liabilities is reflected in this column of the table. And at this stage, if you try to make the payment by clicking on Make Payment Post Credit to Ledger button, you will be prompted to create Challan. Click Yes, and you will be directly taken to the Create Challan page. where the additional cash required is auto-populated across the required major and minor heads. Scroll down and select the payment mode. For this demonstration, let's select e-payment. Click the Generate Challan button and make the payment. Once done, click Continue to go back to the Payment of Tax page. Note that from this page also you can click the Create Challan button to go to the Challan page. Also, if required, you can click Preview Draft GSTR 3B button to preview your return based on the entries and payment made till now. Scroll to the right. When the column Additional Cash Required is 0, click Make Payment, Post Credit to Ledger button. A warning pop-up appears apprising you of the fact that based on your confirmed credit claim and utilization, entries are going to be updated in the respective ledgers. Your liabilities will be reduced and all this cannot be reversed. Click Yes. This will display the Offset Successful pop-up. Click OK. Now you'll see that Proceed to File button is enabled. Click it to file GSTR 3B. Select the Declaration checkbox. Select your name and click File GSTR 3B with DSC or File GSTR 3B with EVC button for system verification. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's file this return with EVC. An info pop-up about the late fee will appear. Click Proceed. And this pop-up will inform you that your filing is successful. Also, ARN will be displayed. Click OK. Then click the Download Filed GSTR 3B button to download and view the filed return. And if you go back to the Returns dashboard, status of the GSTR 3B return will be shown as filed. It's that simple.
And next we will see how to file nil return.
Form GSTR 3B is a simplified summary return to declare GST liabilities for a tax period. This video will guide you how to file GSTR 3B nil return in case of no business activity. Nil return may be filed by you for a particular tax period if you have not made any outward supply, commonly known as sale, and have not received any inward supply, commonly known as purchase, of any goods or services, and do not have any liability for that particular tax period. Log in to the GST portal with your credentials and from your dashboard screen, click Return Dashboard. Select the financial year and return filing period for which you want to file the nil return. Click Search and tiles of all the returns you need to file for this tax period get displayed. In the GSTR 3B tile, click the Prepare Online button and you'll see this message. Please read the message and click OK to proceed. On the first question, do you want to file nil return? Click Yes. This will disable all other radio buttons. Click Next to proceed. You can click the Preview Draft GSTR 3B button to download and view the GSTR 3B summary page. Select the Declaration checkbox. Select your name. Now click File GSTR 3B with DSC button or File GSTR3B with EVC button for system verification. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's file this return with EVC. An info pop-up about the late fee will appear. Click Proceed. And this pop-up will inform you that your filing is successful. Also, ARN will be displayed. Click OK to go back and download the filed return from Download Filed GSTR3B button. And if you go back to the Returns dashboard, status of the GSTR3B return will be shown as Filed. It's that simple.
Since another point is sometimes while we are filing the return, and already I told you in the offline tool, we are downloading it, then we are making validation, then after validation, then we are going for the filing, uploading it, and sometimes we found the error and how to come out of that. So just I'm giving a small video that also you can see.
In this video, you will learn how to troubleshoot schema validation error while uploading the JSON file in form GSTR3B.
I was showing one of the file offline tool Excel file I was showing, and in that Excel file it is simple Excel file where the different tables has been in the different sheets. Then I told you that after filing you have to go to the validation, and if any error will come, right hand side some tables I was showing you that this error will be shown in that line only. So you have to make a correction, then it will be a validation will be accepted. So after complete validation of all the seeds, then you have to go for the converting to the JSON, and then we have to go for the uploading. So now question is now here how to come out with that difficulty when the error will come, and while we are also uploading the JSON file. If any error is there, JSON file will not be uploaded. So that has been given with small video, only 2 minutes.
Assuming that you have already generated the JSON file using the offline tool to upload GSTR3B details, click Choose File to upload the JSON file. Select the location where you have saved the JSON file and click Open. Notice the error in JSON structure validation. This error is displayed when you edit the JSON file and then try to upload the same on GST portal. Let us see now how to fix this issue. Go to GSTR3B offline tool where you have saved the GSTR3B details and click Generate File. JSON file is generated. Click OK. Do not make any changes to the JSON file using any tool. Log in to the GST portal and upload the newly generated JSON again. Select the location where you saved the new JSON file and click Open. Notice that the file is successfully uploaded on GST portal. It's that simple to fix this error.
So actually every error you have to go for making the correction, and accordingly after making all the error will be go out, then the JSON file will be uploaded, and just like others, so it will be treated as a return filed. And in this return SMS I am not discussing because SMS already we discussed, so SMS will not discuss. And troubleshooting one error code is coming, that also you can see. because sometimes again I'm telling, it's sometimes very difficult actually when you are going for validation and converting the JSON file, and a lot of times we found error, and but it is easy to go in the online. So it is better to do online, but sometimes it is not possible if the volume of invoices etc. is there, B2C invoices are there, it is not practically possible. So then people are using the offline. Small traders, again I'm telling, those who are not having facility of accounting package inbuilt with the return formats reconciliation, but third party softwares are available where you can also make reconciliation. That is also people are using. Those professionals filing the return as a for the third party means clients, so they are having their software, so they can use it within a very short time they can do it. Friends, very challenge is everybody wanted to submit the data in between the in between the 6th or 7th to 9th, and similarly in case of GSTR 3B, everybody wanted to file give you the data in the 17th, 18th or 19th. Only 3-4 days will be available for the third party return filer, and unless they use the sufficient manpower and as well as their own software for the validation of the data or the reconciliation, it is not possible. So that's why this should be taken care. So here just to see how this data can be corrected.
In this video, you will learn how to troubleshoot 1059 error code while offsetting the liabilities in Form GSTR 3B. Assuming that you have already saved the details and now you want to offset the liabilities. Click on Make Payment or Post Credit to Ledger button to offset the liabilities. Click Yes. During offsetting of liabilities, you may face 1059 error as displayed on screen. This error is displayed in case you have not saved Form GSTR 3B details before offsetting your liabilities. Let us see now how to fix this issue. Go back to Form GSTR 3B dashboard. Click Save GSTR 3B to save the data. A confirmation message is displayed that save request has been received. Once you have saved the data, click on Proceed to Payment. Click on Make Payment or Post Credit to Ledger button to offset the liabilities. Click Yes. A confirmation message is displayed that liability has been offset successfully. You can now proceed further to file Form GSTR 3B. It's that simple to fix this error.
Actually, offset liability means whatever amount of liability has been shown in the GSTR 3B, that is the liability you have to make the payment. As already we explained also earlier, that either you have to make the payment from the cash ledger, and already I told you, you have 4 cash ledgers. One is the IGST cash ledger, you have CGST, GST, and your CS cash ledger, means 4 columns are there, where the cash amount has been kept separately under each year, not a common amount is not kept. But again I'm telling, sometimes what happens, let you have 1 lakh in the IGST cash ledger and 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs in the other 3. But let in one of the OGST cash ledger, your required liability is 5,50,000, but there is no requirement of IGST. So in that case also you can transfer immediately from IGST to your state GST cash ledger. Then you can go for the making the payment. Similarly, you can make the payment from the liability register also. So liability register means ITC ledger. So ITC means you have also ITC amount has been reflected under the IGST, ITC, SGST or UTGST, IGST, ITC, or your CGST, ITC or CES input is available. So accordingly, you can utilize, or in combination of both, you can also utilize. So that we can see. Next, we will proceed. Let us go with the, sorry. Other returns, you can go forward. Let us see it. Preparing filing, already we discussed. Will not go for the 4, 5, rather we will go for the 9. Let us also go for the filing the ITR 9. Annual return filing will go. There is one tracking of return status that is also there. At least you also know that how to track it.
After filing tax returns, the GST portal allows you to track their status as well. This video will guide you on how you can track the status of your returns. To begin, access the GST portal at www.gst.gov.in and log in with your user ID and password. From the dashboard screen, open the Services menu. Click the Returns category.
Friends, just one point I was telling you, unless you are entering to your password and the login by putting your user ID and password, you cannot see it. That's why I am not in a position to show you. So that's why now you can see here.
And select the Track Return Status option. Once the Track Return Status page opens, it will display a list of all the returns that you have filed so far. As you file more returns, they will get added to this list, and finding a specific return might require using the search filters. The GST portal allows searching for returns by entering their ARN or by selecting the return filing period or by selecting the status. The available statuses are validated but not filed, which shows returns that were submitted in the GST portal and were validated by the system, but have not been filed yet. Filed valid, which covers all the returns that were duly filed and taxes were paid in full. Filed invalid, which covers the returns that were filed but the tax was either not paid or paid partially. Assuming I want to track my returns for the month of August 2017, I'll select the Return Filing option once again. Enter the from and to dates, which are the first and the last date of August month, and click Search. All my returns of the selected filing period get displayed in a table with columns showing the ARN, return type, financial year, tax period, date of filing, status, and mode of filing. It's that simple.
Next we will go annual return, and already I have shown you the GST 9 offline. I have shown, and there is also user manuals are available, all the cases. So normal taxpayer, how to file the annual GST 9, and your composition taxpayer, how to file, and similarly 9C, how to reconcile, and troubleshooting, that also we will discuss. Let us go forward.
Form GSTR 9 is an annual return which is to be filed once for a particular financial year. It is to be filed by the registered taxpayers who were regular taxpayers anytime during that financial year. Before filing this return, you should ensure that you have filed all Form GSTR-1 and GSTR-3B returns for the applicable period on the GST portal. Once filed, Form GSTR-9 cannot be revised. Let's see how to file this return in this video. Log in to the GST portal with your credentials and from your dashboard screen, either click the Annual Return button or go to Services, User Services and click the Annual Return link. Both these actions will take you to the File Annual Returns page. Select the financial year from the drop-down list and then click the Search button. Carefully read the displayed messages. This style is meant for filing GSTR-9 annual return and displays the due date by which it can be filed. Click the Prepare Online button in the GSTR-9 tile and this questionnaire gets displayed. If you want to file nil return, select Yes. Otherwise, as No is auto-selected, click the Next button. The GSTR-9 annual return for normal taxpayers page is displayed. Note that in this video, we are filing the return of the financial year 2017 to 2018. For the period July 1st, 2017 to March 31st, 2018. Here also, read the important messages carefully. GST system will calculate Form GSTR-9 values in different tables. Based on Form GSTR-1 and Form GSTR-3B that you have already filed, click these buttons to download the system-generated summaries of these forms. You can easily check and compare details given in these PDFs with your records before entering data in the relevant tiles displayed on this page. Tiles 4, 5, 6 will be auto-populated with data you had filed in Form GSTR-1 or Form GSTR-3B during the relevant financial year. If required, you can edit it as well. Let's see how. Click Tile 4. Tile 4 data fields are displayed. You can click the Help link to view instructions related to entering data in these fields. Edit the tax details of the supplies if required. Also note that, as mentioned here, if your edited details are more or less than 20% from the auto-populated values, those cells would be highlighted in red for your attention. Rows H, M, N will get auto-calculated based on your edited values. Once you have entered details on this page, click the Save button. Click Yes on this confirmation pop-up. Click the OK button on this success pop-up. Then, click the Back to GSTR-9 dashboard button to go back to the Form GSTR-9 page where the Tile 4 now displays the updated tax details. Similarly, you can edit data in Tile 5 and 6. Let's now go to Tile 7. Here you can enter the details of ITC reversed under various provisions as indicated against respective rows or ITC ineligible during the financial year. In row H1, you can enter description of other reversals not specified and you can add the additional rows if more than one such unspecified reversal entries are to be entered. You can also delete the additional rows. Click Save and go back to Form GSTR-9 page. Similarly, you can edit or enter details in the rest of tiles. Tiles 8 to 18. Note that in this tile, you need to enter details of amendments in value or tax and ITC availed related to the previous financial year's transactions, which were reported in next financial year. And in Tile 17 and 18, you can add HSN-wise summary of outward and inward supplies respectively if applicable. Once you have entered the required details in all tiles of Form GSTR9, click the Preview Draft GSTR9 PDF button to download and review the summary of entries. You can also click the Preview Draft GSTR9 Excel button to download the same summary in Excel format. This will generate a link below the button. Click on the generated link to download the file, extract and open the Excel file to review the summary. Once you are satisfied with all the entries and are ready to file Form GSTR9, click on the Compute Liabilities button for computation of late fees, if any, of filing this form beyond the specified date. It will display this message on top of the screen. Click the Refresh button. Once the data is processed completely and without error, the status gets updated to Ready to File, and this Ready to File message is displayed as well. Additionally, you'll notice that now tile 19 gets enabled and updated with the applicable late fee, if any. Click this tile. Cash balance as on date in electronic cash ledger is displayed. If you don't have sufficient cash balance to pay the balance late fee, Create Challan button will be enabled and you will have to add the required amount in your cash ledger before proceeding further. Now that we have added the required amount in the cash ledger, click these buttons to review all details once again before filing. Thereafter, select the Declaration checkbox and the name of the authorized signatory from the drop-down list. Click the File GSTR9 button. Click Yes on this warning pop-up. Submit application page is displayed. Click the File with DSC or File with EVC button for system verification to file the return. After successful verification, this page gets displayed with updated status as filed. Also, in this green message, the acknowledgement reference number is displayed, which will be sent to your registered email and mobile as well. Click the downloaded GSTR9 Excel button to download the filed form GSTR9 in Excel format. Also, from here, you can click this Click Here hyperlink to directly navigate to Form DRC03 to pay additional liabilities, if any.
Friends, just I wanted to tell you that DRC03 is a form where any tax liability you made a payment voluntarily that has to be used. Actually, already I told, generally the tax has to be paid by the taxpayer through the either filing the return. Sometimes there is a tax demand. So let one assessment order has been passed and there is a tax demand. So the tax demand will appear in the liability register, tax outstanding ledger and linked to the DRC07. DRC07 is the demand notice. So when you are going for the making the payment, you can make the payment. Initially, what happens in the central GST particular, I am talking from 1st July to even also last year, many of the orders have not been uploaded by the department in the portal. So that's why any payment has to be made. People are using DRC03. Similarly, in this case, since GSTR 3B is the summary return in which tax has to be paid, but that has already been completed or paid during the 12 months. So any differential tax which come out because of the reconciliation or the comparing with the financial statement in the filing of GSTR9, that has to be paid through the DRC03 form. That's why if any payment is there, then you have to go to the DRC03. That's why it is explaining DRC03. DRC03 is a format, actual form in which everything has to be filled up online and it has to be paid. That's why.
Go back to Form GSTR9 page. From this page also, you can scroll down to download filed form in PDF and Excel format using these buttons. Here's the final PDF of the form GSTR9 that we have filed. It's that simple.
Actually, this is the file will come out in this fashion. Already I told.
From here, you navigate if and down to download filed funds. Here's the file.
This is the actually format. Actually, it has the offline format I was showing to you. All the summation of the offline format will be shown here in the GSTR. Because if you scroll it down, then it will show one by one table. So practically
Final PDF of the form GSTR 9 that we have filed.
it has 19 tables actually. You see the last table is 19. So from first to 19, everything will be given. But one point just to see, HSN wise summary, one table is there, and where you have to put the total amount of the supply and with all the details HSN wise, but that will not displayed here. But it will show, you have to, while you are filing the GSTR 9, there you have to put fill up the that table, but it will not shown here.
It's
Okay.
that
Then we will go to see, because the time is running very fast. So let us also see some more returns. Composition dealer will come subsequently, keeping in view the time. Let us see the 9C. Already I explained to you. Priyanka, I am sending.
Form GSTR 9C
sending
is a reconciliation statement which is to be filed by the taxpayers whose PAN-based aggregate turnover exceeds rupees 2 crores during a financial year. All such taxpayers are first required to file Form GSTR 9 and then file Form GSTR 9C prepared by the auditor along with a copy of audited annual accounts and annual financial statements. In this video, let's see how you can file Form GSTR 9C on the GST portal. To start the process of filing Form GSTR 9C, as a first step, you need to download Form GSTR 9C tables derived from filed Form GSTR 9 and send it to the auditor along with the filed Form GSTR 9. To do this, log into the GST portal with your credentials and from your dashboard screen, either click the Annual Return button or go to Services, Returns and click the Annual Return link. Both these actions will take you to the File Annual Returns page. Select the financial year from the drop-down list and then click the Search button. In case you have not downloaded Form GSTR 9 filed by you, you can do so from here. Otherwise, click this button to go to Form GSTR 9C page. On this page, click the Download GSTR 9C tables derived from GSTR 9 PDF button. System-generated PDF gets downloaded into your machine, which you can save and then send to the auditor along with filed Form GSTR 9. Next, the auditor will
Friends, this video pertains to a previous year when the audit provision was there. For the format, there is no such much changes. And now the audit, already I clarified you the audit provision under section 35, where there is a has to be audited by cost accountant or chartered accountant. In practice, that has been now taken out, or that has been abolished, we can say, withdrawn, and now it has to be done by the person, by the assessee himself. The authorized person has to certify it. So it has to be filed under his signature, no requirement of audit. But for your kind information, just I'm taking many of the taxpayers, medium taxpayers, large taxpayers, to have a compliance in the tax system, they also assign to the auditors, tax auditors, to verify it and see it. Then after getting confirmation, they are filing, even if the statutorily the audit provision has been omitted. So that's why the audit, whatever audit is there, that you just take it as not applicable at present.
Download GSTR 9C offline utility and prepare GSTR 9C statement in it. All the steps that auditor will perform before sending the
Actually, this auditor provision is not at present, but assume that you assign to somebody to do it, so they can also do it. But for your knowledge purpose, just you can continue.
signed JSON file to you are listed here for your reference. In case you wish to review details entered by the auditor in your Form GSTR 9C, you can ask the auditor to send you the preview PDF file generated from the offline tool. It will contain details for you to review and verify. In case of any discrepancy, ask the auditor to make corrections, sign and send the updated JSON for upload. Once you receive the signed JSON file from the auditor, make sure you don't tamper with it. Let's see how you can successfully upload the signed JSON file sent by the auditor. On the File Annual Returns page, click the Prepare Offline button in the GSTR 9C tile. The Upload section of the Offline Upload and Download for GSTR 9C page is displayed. Next, click the Choose File button. Browse and navigate to the JSON file to be uploaded. Click the Open button. The Upload section page is then displayed. A green message appears confirming successful upload and asking you to wait while the GST portal validates the uploaded data. If the upload history table shows status as processed, then you may proceed to file your return. In case of any error during upload, the upload history table will show the status as processed with error and a Generate Error Report link will be displayed. Click this link to download the zipped error report. You can then send it to the auditor so that he or she can rectify the errors and send the rectified and signed JSON file to you for upload again. In case you or the auditor want to subsequently add or edit already successfully uploaded data before filing, you need to download the processed report. For this, from the Offline Upload and Download for GSTR 9C page, go to Download section. Click the Generate JSON file to download button. This green message gets displayed, asking you to wait for 20 minutes. After some time, this link will be generated below Generate JSON file to download button. Click it to download the JSON file in a zipped format. Send this zipped JSON file to the auditor, who will make corrections and again generate JSON, sign it and send it to you for uploading. Once you have successfully uploaded JSON and don't need to make any more changes to it, you can initiate filing. For this, on the File Annual Returns page, click the Initiate Filing button in the GSTR 9C tile. The GSTR 9C page is displayed. Click the GST DRC 03 hyperlink to make payment, if any, for additional liability as recommended by the auditor. In the Upload Relevant Documents section, click the Choose File buttons to upload the balance sheet, profit and loss statement, or income of expenditure statement and other documents, if any. Click the Save button. This will enable the Proceed to File button. Before we file, you can also preview the entered data by clicking here to download the draft form GSTR 9C in PDF format. Thereafter, go ahead and click Proceed to File button. Ready to File message is displayed on the top of the page. Scroll down and in the Verification section, select the Declaration checkbox and the name of the authorized signatory from the drop-down list. Thereafter, click the File GSTR 9C button. Click Yes on this warning pop-up. On this Submit Application page, click the File with DSC or File with EVC button for system verification to file the return. After successful verification, this page gets displayed with updated status as filed. Also, in this green message, the acknowledgement reference number is displayed which will be sent to your registered email and mobile as well. You can click this button to download the filed form GSTR 9C in Excel format. To download the same in PDF format, click this back button, and from this GSTR 9C page, click this button. So you saw how easily you can file form GSTR 9C on the GST portal.
Since already I clarified you that we cannot use the third-party YouTube videos, particularly for the display purpose. There may be IPR issues, and to make it easy within short period to give some input on the subject, I use this video. And as I clarified, the audit system is not there, but practically I am talking when even also third party, I am in a particular city and my tax filers are in another city, and suppose we prepared it, but we are sending, or they prepared it, they are sending to us for verification. So same procedure usually it is followed, just like audit procedure, it is also same procedure followed. So assuming that this is not auditor is not there, but assuming that the tax filer and taxpayer both are communicating with the data with the filling of the GSTR 9C and verifying it, so that you assume, and accordingly how it is filed, it is there. Offline tool already I explained to you, but another 1-2 small videos are there that we can see. Then once again also I will show offline. And one manual, there is a lot of manuals are also available, user manual. That user manual you can also see, it will give a lot of input to you. Just I'm giving, I will go for some other videos, then we will see the annual user manual, how the user manual is showing. But the user manual is very bulky, it explains all the details. For the purpose of your knowledge, you can download, read it, and see the step by step how one has to go for the filing. So there is a change in the GSTR 9C. I think it is given, I overlooked 2020-21. I think in this case audit may not be there. That's why it is not given a video clip, but a user manual has been given. So where you can see the details. Suppose I am telling user manual, I am opening. Just for your knowledge purpose, all the details has been given. You see, you required background knowledge to go forward for the seeing the to work out in the online. That has been given. What I am just covering of, it is giving the details, theory given, but there is also some practical. It has been shown. Just to see here, it will come. Yes, it started from here only. Just one can expand it also. Just have a look how the user manual you can go for. What we discussed exactly it is showing. Annual return. Then you have to go the years. Just see, and see the year. Then you see the view GSTR 9. Then it is going to 9C. Actually, this type of manual file, user manual file, you can download for your knowledge purpose. It will give a lot of input. You see what we are discussing there in the video clip, exactly it is shown here. You see, this is given one by one step I am giving. You see, all cases the step is given how to go forward. Just you see, this is the 9C format actually. This is the 9C format. It is system generated, I think, is showing. Then you have to go offline tool. It is showing offline. I was showing a table. You see, just I was showing in the beginning. Download here. Then you proceed. Then you go for offline filing. You see that file I kept in my laptop. You have seen, and then I taken for a Excel file. Just I converted Excel file. So actually it looks like this. I was showing this file to you. You see part 2, part 2, 6, all the tables are there, sorry, sheets are there. Right side is just you see sheets are there. The first you will fill up this one, all the basic data. Then you have to go for filling of after basic data is filled up, then it automatically show this table. It will show, you see, it will show the first table, that is where the details are given. I think we will just see, expand it. Just you see here, so here slightly I'm reducing, you see it is showing. So actually this table you have to see, these are the information has to be filled up. Actually this is nothing but a reconciliation with the financial statement and GST 9 filed. Any difference will come, you see the last row, that is a difference, and this difference has to be given the region. Here you will find, yes, this is the region has been given. So why the difference? There may be unbilled amount, etc. So actually you go in detail. Actually this table, this manual, if you taken download it, kept in your desktop or laptop, you can go forward. These are the reasons it has been given why there is a difference. Then you have to make a validation. Then again you will go to the, you see, while making validation there is some error has come. So when error has come, then you have to make correction. So the region also it will show, mandatory field cannot be left out, so it is left out, so it is showing. Then you make a validation, sheet 1 made validation, then you have to go to the sheet 2. This is the sheet 2, the difference you mention, what is the difference, why the data shown in the GST 9 and 9C, that is a difference. Already I told there are some accounting adjustments are in the receipt side which are not taxable supply or exempted supply, so that's why it cannot be reflected in the GST 9, but this is shown in the total receipts, so that is a difference. Similarly, here is another table is there, reconciliation of a turnover declared in the audited annual financial statement, turnover declared in the annual return GST 9, that has to be region to be given. Then reconciliation, same is continuing, just more slightly, very little it is given. Then it will come reconciliation turnover declared audited financial statement, and here you will find the difference is coming 40 or something, 4 crores to 3 lakhs, I think. So that's why you have to give the details. Quickly, I think we will go, but you have to go further. Then you make validation. So each sheet you have to fill up. Each sheet you have to fill up and go for the validation. This is the reconciliation of tax paid. So the taxable value what you declared in the GST 9 and it tax paid in the GST 3B, the difference will come. That difference region you have to give. Now if you are making the payment, you have to show that you have to make the payment. This is the reconciliation, and then you make the validation, same step, 3-4 times it is giving, region of difference it is given. So why there is a difference? And then the another sheet will come, reconciliation of the tax paid, same item is continuing. Then here it is reconciliation of ITC reconciliation, that has to be one table is there. So like this, you can go to all the tables. This user manual is very helpful to you for going understanding, going into deep. All the sheets, whatever shown in the video clip, very short period, but it will go on giving you the details for your kind information. You see here the reconciliation of input tax credit. So it is given. So whatever you declare in the annual return and what is the difference is coming, why the difference that you have to reconcile and make the correction. And actually this type of video, suppose 9 you will go, it will itself is 1.5 hour to discuss all the details. And similarly reconciliation input tax credit will give you what is the input tax credit related to the central tax, state tax, like this, because there is a table 13 and 15. So that has to be taken here. It is a table 16. Already I told table 19 perhaps there, 18 or 19 table are there. This is the reconciliation has been made. Then additional tax liability, because of reconciliation you are admitting the tax liability. So these are the tax liability showing. Now this tax liability you have to make the payment. After validation you have to show as a payment. Then you have to give a bifurcation. The additional liability is related to which tax rates, which category it is coming with the rate wise. And then you have to go for the filing it. So I'm not going forward because you have to save, then you have to go for filing. Also like this, it is there that you can go for the have some more knowledge about this. Then in return, just I will go to you. There is some error that may be coming out. How to come out with that error? It is given. And this error, I think you can also see better. I am showing composition dealer how to file the return.
Form GSTR 9A is an annual return which is to be filed once for each financial year by taxpayers who have opted for the composition scheme. Once filed, it cannot be revised. Let's see how to file this return in this video. Log in to the GST portal with your credentials and from your dashboard screen, either click the Annual Return button or go to Services, User Services and click the Annual Return link. Both these actions will take you to the File Annual Returns page. Select the financial year from the drop-down list and then click the Search button. This is the GSTR 9A tile. The Prepare Online button in this tile will be enabled only if you had filed all returns in Form GSTR 4 of that particular financial year. Carefully read the displayed messages. Then click the Prepare Online button. And this questionnaire gets displayed. If you want to file nil return, select Yes. Otherwise, as No is auto-selected, click the Next button. The GSTR 9A Annual Return for Composition Taxpayer page is displayed. Here also, read the important messages carefully and click Help to know more details. Note that for the purpose of this demonstration, we are filing the return of the financial year 2017-18 for the period July 1st, 2017 to 31st March 2018. Then enter the aggregate turnover of previous financial year and click the Save button. A confirmation message is displayed. Click these buttons to download the system-generated summaries of Form GSTR 9A and GSTR 4 respectively. You can easily check and compare details given in these PDFs with your records before entering the data in the relevant tiles of GSTR 9A Annual Return for Composition Taxpayer page. Tiles 6, 7, 8, 9 will be auto-populated with data you had filed in Form GSTR 4. If required, you can edit it as well. Let's see how. Click Tile 6. Details of outward supplies made during the financial year. You can click the Help here to know how to edit data in this tile. Similar help link is available in all the tiles with descriptions related to that particular tile. As all auto-populated details are okay and we don't want to change anything, let's click this button to go back. Click Tile 7. Edit the tax details. These cells are highlighted in red because we have entered details that are more or less than 20% from the auto-populated values. This note here also explains the same reason about the red highlighted cells. Click the Save button. The message pops up again, asking you to confirm if you are okay with the details you have filled in the red highlighted cells. Click Yes. Once you see this green message, click the Back to GSTR 9A Dashboard button to go back to the form GSTR 9A Dashboard page, where the Tile 7 now displays the updated tax details. Similarly, you can edit and enter data in Tile 8 and 9. Now that we have reviewed and edited the auto-populated details, let's enter details in other tiles. In this tile, enter turnover and tax details related to the transactions for the previous financial year declared in returns of April to September of next financial year or up to date of filing of annual return, whichever is earlier. Click Save. In Tile 14, enter the total tax payable and paid details on account of declarations made in the previous tile. Click Save. In Tile 15, enter the particulars of demands and refunds during the financial year. Click Save. Lastly, in Tile 16, enter the details related to the summary of input tax credit reversed or availed on opting in and/or opting out of composition scheme. After entering details, click Save. Now that we have entered all the required details in Form GSTR 9A, let's preview the entered details by clicking this button. This downloads a PDF containing the summary of entries you have made in Form GSTR 9A. You can also click this preview button to download the same summary in Excel format. This will generate a link below the button. Click the generated link to download the file. Extract and open the Excel file to review the summary. Once you are satisfied with all the entries and are ready to file Form GSTR 9A, click the Compute Liabilities button for computation of late fees, if any, of filing this form beyond the specified date. It will display this message on top of the screen. Click the Refresh button. In case your data is still being processed, you'll get this pop-up. Click Cancel and wait for some time before clicking the Refresh button again. In case the data is processed with error, you'll get the same pop-up. Click Proceed to go back to Form GSTR 9A page. Rectify the erroneous records and click the Compute Liabilities button again. Once the data is processed completely and without error, the status gets updated to Ready to File, and this Ready to File message is displayed as well. Additionally, you'll notice that now Tile 17 gets enabled and updated with the applicable late fee, if any. Click this tile. Cash balance as on date in electronic cash ledger is displayed. This is the late fee you need to pay to proceed further. If you don't have sufficient cash balance to pay the balance late fee, Create Challan button will be enabled and you will have to add the required amount in your cash ledger before proceeding further. Now that we have added the required amount in the cash ledger, click these buttons to review all details once again before filing. Thereafter, select the declaration checkbox and the name of the authorized signatory from the drop-down list. Click the File GSTR 9A button. On this Submit Application page, click the File with DSC or File with EVC button for system verification to file the return. After successful verification, this page gets displayed with updated status as filed. Also, in this green message, the acknowledgement reference number is displayed, which will be sent to your registered email and mobile as well. Now you can click this Click Here hyperlink to directly navigate to Form DRC 03 to pay any additional liabilities if declared in Form GSTR 9A. You can click this button to download the filed Form GSTR 9A in Excel format. To download the same in PDF format, click the Back button, and from this GSTR 9A page, click this button, and here's the final PDF of the filed Form GSTR 9A. It's that simple.
Then the last one point we will discuss. Before discussion, just I'll tell you, whatever we discussed, I tried to give throw light on the certain topic, how to file it, what are the contents, etc., to give some input. But it is better, my advice is to download the user manual. One by one table, you go through it, and you should have a sufficient knowledge of the provisions, both both the GST law, including the Act and the rules, and any notification circular has been used to. But if you go to the user manual, lot of information has been stated there. The one by one table, one by one step also you can see, each table having number of steps, that also you can read. So this will give very in-depth knowledge, so that it will be easy. Again, I'm telling, unless you do practically one or two cases, still it will be take some time to understand it. And this is only some idea has been given because of how to file it. So practical, some knowledge should be required, and you can also yourself associate with any of the filers, watch it, associate with them, and take the trial of putting the data. So if you 1-2 cases you will do, then you can also have a very good knowledge. Then another point, just we'll go for discussion, but here return offline tool, lot of tools are there. If you want, you can also go for seeing the user manual, that also possible. That you see offline to 99C 9, so that knowledge you can have, quarterly return, whatever is applicable to you, that you can see it here. Again, I'm telling, offline tools are very plentifully available, with a lot of inputs, but latest some changes you have to also refer to it, and whatever I left you can go through. And lastly, one point, discussion I will make you, just one point. One video I am showing how to navigate, because there is a requirement sometimes. You are doing the work, but it may require e-file return. View e-file return, just 1 minute, and tracking the status. Tracking the status, already it has been shown to you. And viewing the e-filing return, just have a small video.
After you have e-filed your returns, you can view and download them as soft copies on your computer for records. This video will walk you through the steps of viewing and downloading your e-filed returns. To begin, access the GST portal at www.gst.gov.in and log in with your user ID and password. From the dashboard screen, open the Services menu, click the Returns category, and select the View e-filed returns option. The View e-filed returns page will open, from where you can access your previously filed GST returns. The financial year field is mandatory since it is denoted by a red color dot. You can also select a return filing period, which could be annual, quarterly, or monthly, and a return type such as GSTR 1, 2, 3, etc. to filter the search results. Selecting only the financial year will show all the returns that were filed during that period. Assuming that I wish to access all of my returns that were filed during the year 2017-18, I'll go ahead and select the financial year to 2017-18 and click Search. As you can see, all of the filed returns during the selected financial year get displayed, arranged in a table with columns showing the return type, financial year, tax period, acknowledgement number, date, and mode of filing, along with links to view or download the return documents. Clicking this link will open the corresponding return on your screen, which you can save on your computer and even print as a hard copy if desired.
Friends, just I am going through. Any question is there? Just I will see it. Stop. Friends, just we see. Do you have any assignment for e-filing? Actually, I am doing a. Somebody has asked the question. Any assignment of e-filing? You see what happens. Generally, I am practicing as an advocate. So my clients are doing through their some third-party users also, but I don't have an assignment because I'm not looking after the e-filing. But I'm associated with some of my friends. Those are associated with me. They are also filing. That you can see. When we will get the assignment regarding e-filing, it is up to you. When you will get that, you know, because if you start practice, then you can do also. Or already I told you, GST practitioner, as a practitioner you can do. Why you are regarding the PPT, just I will one thing I will tell. I'm giving a mobile number, so you can also give a WhatsApp message. This is my WhatsApp number. Give the message. I will upload there. That you can see. Okay, thank you very much. Will you leave?